Oh, hey everybody, I was on mute, y'all. hmm So I just came on real quick because I was kind of perusing the YouTube streets and I heard about the Tommy Sotomayor, uh, that his page was either removed by YouTube or allegedly flagged down, and I found that all to be interesting. So I just wanted to give my little 2 cents on that little situation real quick. So that's what I'm gonna discuss. Give y'all a minute to get on in here for a second. Mm. I'm not done with my intro. I like to play music when I first start, but shit, everything, you know, can get you copyrighted. So you got to be careful with that music. So I just decided I just come on and start the show. So anyway, y'all, let me just jump on in here real quick because I ain't gonna be on that long. Um, so y'all, I was cruising the YouTube streets, and then I seen where people were talking about Tommy Sotomayor's page being flagged down, right? And then I went and I was looking a little bit further, and I seen a page that was like Tommy Sotomayor always returns. But then looking through the comments and stuff, I think people were saying that that was not a real Tommy Sotomayor page, that someone was, I guess, trying to get clout off of that, like getting people to subscribe or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, so word on the curb is that Kwame Brown and I guess his crew, or whoever that may be, I don't know, the people in his chat or whatever, this all is allegedly, is supposed to be behind uh getting Tommy Sotomayor's page taken down. Hey y'all, hey newborn girl, hey Shell Loves, Firefly, Miss Felicia. Hey y'all, how y'all doing today? Miss Felicia says she's working. Well, I hope you're having a good day at work, love. I have to go in tonight too, so yeah. So yeah, so that's the thing. So from what I'm gathering, like I not haven't followed Tommy Sotomayor really, really closely. And like when something come up, I'll go look. Like I think the last time I seen of him was when him and that girl on that podcast had that little issue. And then Kwame Brown, when he came out to the YouTube street, with the mamas cooking and everything, I excuse me, it was new and it was fresh, and he was popping out here. So I listened to him a few times, just to get the gist of what he was saying. And from what I gathered from Kwame Brown, I'm sure that may have changed. Um, his reputation out here may have changed in what, the last year or year and a half that he's been out here, because of course, as we know, when you come on YouTube and you expose yourself and you start staying in all these constant beefs, um, you gain just as much support as you do criticism. So it kind of, you know, the scales kind of weigh that way to balance himself out. I think that just kind of comes with the territory. So some might say that Kwame Brown now is kind of like a villain, and it's kind of that he's kind of changed over this period of time, and then some may say that he is not. So, and as with Tommy Sotomayor, Tommy Sotomayor has been out here for a long time, and he's always been controversial, and he has I think he's lost some pages before. So, but this thing with him and Kwame Brown. So, but right now, so this recent turn of events, people are saying and speaking out because they believe that Kwame Brown and his crew is behind getting Tommy Sotomayor's page taken down. So, and I think that's interesting because there's a couple of things working here. Because for one thing, let me first talk about the censorship aspect of it, right? So there is a lot of people that are saying that, hey, listen, Tommy Sotomayor, he may be out there, he may be outspoken, he voices his opinion, and he has every right to do so. And just because you do not like what he says, you know, doesn't give you a right to want to shut him up.
Well, that's what you said.
Yeah, I am. And then so they it doesn't give him a right to want to shut him up. And then on the other end of that, they said that Tommy Sotomayor is very demeaning, very disrespectful. He doesn't deserve the things that he does on his channel. A lot of people want him canceled. Hence the reason why he's lost pages before. Now, I mean, I guess, and from the way I see it, I guess there's something to be said for both, right? Because he has every right to speak with to say and express himself however he feels. And so, yeah, as long as he's not bringing any physical harm to anybody, then he is well within his right, to have his channel and to speak. And if people don't like it, you just don't have to watch. But then again, they have the people that are like he spews rhetoric, and that the things that he says in his platform is actually harmful, you know, to the people that he's speaking about. So there's people on both sides, and Tommy has always been controversial. But for about the last year, him and Kwame Brown has been having this kind of bromance type of feud, right? Which is it's if you delve into the meat and potatoes of it, it's kind of odd, and I really don't see the purpose of it. It's like they're trying to one up each other. So I think Kwame's stance is on being um a champion of manhood and trying to be a champion of the community, and so-called calling these weak men out, and things like that. And then Tommy is, I guess, doing his thing. But it seems like they had this thing, and so Kwame's side is like, Tommy Sotomayor is obsessed with Kwame Brown. He won't let it go from rejection. Like, from Kwame Brown's standpoint, is it's like we met, we was getting to know each other, stuff didn't work out. I told you I didn't want to be your friend. Now you acting like a scorn lover. Kwame Tommy Sotomayor seems to be his point is that we met, I showed you respect as a man. You tried to play me out like a simp. I didn't appreciate it. And now, that's I got an issue with you. So that's from what I gather. And it gets a little bit deeper than that. It's been a lot of stuff that's happened in the last 30, look, 30, in the last year that goes along with that. But they have, oh, thank you. Hey, Fatty Boom Boom, thank you for coming in. Queen Lady T, California girl. Hey, y'all. Yeah, so it's a lot that kind of that's happened and kind of evolved from that. And in my opinion, Kwame would, I mean, and I feel like he's well within his right, and he very well may be so, to defend himself up here, right? As anyone would feel if they feel like they're being attacked. But Kwame is like, it's like all this beefing and him giving so much energy to this Tommy Sotomayor stuff has definitely impacted his, or changed the course of what he initially said he was up here to do. Not saying that he doesn't still have those standards, he doesn't still try to talk about it, but it's like a total distraction. Total distraction. And you know what they say, honey, the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy, and will always send you a distraction. So I think, what I'm saying? So I mean, we have to think about that too. Like, how important is proving something to someone You know what I mean? Especially if it's going to get you off track of your main purpose. Because I feel like the controversy surrounding it's, you know, but it's everyone's choice. And I'm not taking a side here. I'm just simply giving commentary based on what I've seen and what, you know, me thinking about it, trying to come at it from different angles. I feel like on one hand, hey, Dream Girl One, how you doing, babe? On one hand, Kwame Brown could very well had ignored Tommy Sotomayor a long time ago. Just completely ignored him and got and kept on with his purpose. And by now, maybe this thing wouldn't even be a thing. Tommy would have maybe have moved on. But then on the flip side of that, I can understand how Kwame felt the need and that he had the right to defend himself. And then you have Tommy Sotomayor. He feels like he extended some parts of himself or whatever, you know, with their initial fallout, and he can't get over it. And then the subscribers, I feel like in this situation are like probably worse than both of them put together. They're really fueling this because you know how it is when people, how these people get when they get behind somebody and you know, they get all into it and they champion the cause and they're bone carriers. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it's a lot of that going on. It's a lot of detracting going on. You know, oh, I used to be, so it's a lot of people that used to rock with Kwame Brown who have since, you know, all of this has started, have since detracted their support. Some, and you know how it goes. Sometimes when people, you know, detract their support or stop supporting a person, they go away quietly. And sometimes they make a lot of noise. And they also jump over to the enemy's camp. You know, it's just and that be odd to me because I can understand you like taking a different stance on a certain person and going on about your way, but it be real odd to me. And it makes me question how genuine that person, the detractor, really is, because a lot of times it be where when you are supporting that person, you are literally dragging and going in on the other person as well. So, and I just don't feel like it works like that. Just because you fall out with them, you know, your viewpoints don't suddenly flip and you have this aha moment and then you jump to the other side. Like, I guess people don't understand that it's okay to not be cool with one person, and that doesn't mean you still have to agree with all their enemies, you know. So there's that thing. So yeah, y'all, that's a big old thing. And so that's the question, the two questions that I guess I'm posing. First question is, did Kwame Brown play a hand in getting Tommy Sotomayor's channels taken down? Right? Uh Kwame Brown says that he did not, you know, and you know, and he's like, you've been going after these people. He mentioned some lady named Regina. I don't know who she is or what, but obviously her and Tommy Sotomayor has had a thing, and maybe, you know, they've been going at each other. He's been going at her, and Kwame Brown is like, even her, all the stuff that you said, you disrespected that lady, and blah blah blah. You know, don't you think she would have it out for you? Basically, like, why are you just saying it's me? Then I see some people making commentary in support of Tommy Sotomayor, mostly men, um, saying that, you know, it's never okay to flag just because you don't like, you know, that it basically that they're operating in a form of censorship, and that you know, Tommy should be able to say whatever he'd like to say, and if you don't like it, you just simply should not watch. And like I said, Kwame Brown's, a lot of the people him are saying that Tommy is like going beyond just speaking, that he's actually, you know, harassing. So there's that. And then my second point would be, does Tommy, so, you know, should Tommy Sotomayor's pages be removed because of the content that he presents. Is it harassment? Like, is it that harmful, or does he have every right, whether we like it or not, to express himself? And if we don't, and and like people are saying, if you don't like it, don't watch. Like, if you don't watch, would Tommy Sotomayor affect you? And I'm gonna venture to say that, not that I can see in my life, has anything Tommy Sotomayor has ever said, like, has affected me. I don't believe, right? Like, I don't watch him. So in the things I've heard about him and seen, I just was spectating, and I always knew that wasn't my cup of tea. So I wouldn't dwell in that area. So it's something to be said for that too. And then what about and then we have YouTube guidelines, right? Like, so there's that thing where, and for me, I feel like when a person goes too far, you can go too far up here. You can say whatever you want to say, and you can, all that. But when you start to violate a person, like using their images, I don't play that. You know what I'm saying? I'll flag somebody too for violating my, because I don't have anybody else's stuff. I don't use it. I wouldn't use anybody else's face. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. So I feel like everybody should follow the guidelines. And as long as you're following the YouTube guidelines, even if someone flags you, the flag is not going to hold up because you're not violating the guidelines. So I think people need to consider that as well. It's like, well, hey, December baby, how you doing, babe? Felicia Simmons says, perhaps TS finally barked up the right tree. Kwame is a big name. Yeah, that part too, right? It's like a battle of testosterone. Like, whose camp's gonna win this manhood struggle? One man is like for respect. I don't think Kwame Brown is a perfect man, but I kind of think he's typical. I don't want to say typical, but he's like, I can relate to a man like Kwame. He's not perfect. He has his flaws, of course, but at the core and the essence, he's a man and he loves women. And he at least tries his best to be respectful, uphold his obligations, and just be a man about it. And by man, I'm not speaking on sexuality. I'm speaking on responsibility to his family, to his community, to himself, to how he carries himself. And then, not Tommy Sotomayor, he's also a man, but he feels like, and a lot of people are saying, well, yeah, people just can't take Tommy Sotomayor's mouth. He's doing a good job holding Black women and Jews responsible. And I'm like, okay, but why? Why would anybody think that Tommy Sotomayor is qualified or has a right to hold women or body else accountable for? And how would he be? What qualify him? Because he's a whole man. I would think that he should be out here trying to hold men accountable because that's what he's familiar with. I don't think a man can fully understand and tell a woman, what to do, or counsel a woman only but so far, because you're not a woman. So yeah, I think Tommy has a right to say whatever he wants to say, but and we have a right to watch or not watch. But if he violated the YouTube guidelines, well, okay, well, some people are saying that somebody was like had actively flagged him in like that video. He got flagged on the video that he was currently on, and then somebody said that not only were they flagging, um, that someone turned him in because I think previously, he had lost channels, and once, all this is allegedly, I don't know it for myself, I haven't read it personally, but like once you lose a YouTube channel, you are not supposed to have one again, but that's always been a rule. But YouTube is now starting to crack down. And then on top of the fact that several people kept complaining, kept sending complaints to YouTube about him having these channels still after he had been banned. So I don't know which way it actually happened, but either way, he lost another channel. I'm interested to see if he'll come back. I mean, he has thus far, but with YouTube changing and cracking things down, I don't know. He may. He's kind of relentless, and where there's a will, there's a way. So what? So what do y'all think? Like, you know, Tommy Sotomayor has strong views, but then Kwame Brown, and then see, I like Kwame. I'm not judging either one, but I think that Kwame Brown, I like Kwame Brown, and I think that if he gets back refocused, that he can have a good message. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, like I said, I'm a firm believer that everybody ain't everybody's cup of tea, but I think he has a lot to offer, and he should focus on that. I think this is all a big distraction from um the purpose and the help that Kwame Brown set out to do. And and he do good to just kind of get back to that and stop with all these beefs and stuff. But hey, he's a man. I'm a woman, so I can't profess to tell a man how to fight or what to, how he should handle his business. But it just seems like that would be more productive than engaging in this warfare with Tommy, because he doesn't. I like and it's also really strange for two men to beat this hard and this long. Like, usually with men, if it hasn't like physically come to blows by now, it's over with. So, and even if it ain't over with, it's like if they're not in close proximity to one another, they're kind of like not talking about it at the moment. It might re-spark if they see each other or get in the same space. So this is weird. This is the new age of social media, though, y'all, right? So it's like redefining a whole lot of things. So it's redefining a whole lot of things, and we're seeing a lot of scenarios be played out, and they look a lot different um than what we're used to. Hey, Season of the Witch. Hey, Onyx Blue. California Girls says that I struggle with the First Amendment, but what if we all just turn it off or turn our heads at everything evil? Right. Well, I mean, you have a point there, because what's that saying? The only thing needed for evil to win is for good people to do nothing. Right? I think that's what it is. So, something like that, right? And so you get the gist of that. Like, so that kind of goes to what you just said. Like how much turning away of the head can we do when people are just out here wilding? Should people be held to accountability? We know we have First Amendment speech, free speech, right? But I don't know. I mean, I guess it just depends on I don't know. It's like it's tough. That's a tough. I mean, this is a tough situation. That's why it's interesting. When I said, let me just give my little 2 cents on it, because I feel like, and it's very interesting. Like I said, both sides. I feel like both sides are very, very strongly opinionated. You have the people that support Kwame, and then you have the people that support Tommy, and then you have those people in the middle that had supported one or the other, but have now flipped. And so, yeah, California Girl said Martin Luther King. Okay. Oh, Martin Luther King said that. Had said that quote. Yeah. Okay. Um, Yeah, so I feel like I, I'm gonna just say this. I'm not, I'm not gonna make no personal judgment, but I will say this. I don't feel like I do feel like we have that if we it's something that we don't like, we definitely have um a choice not to watch, right? But I also think that we should be responsible as content creators and follow the community guidelines. Period. No one to be able to flag you down or make any type of um complaint against you that'll stick if you're not violating the guidelines. So it could all just be so simple where it doesn't even have to come down to a form of censorship. Yeah, I think, right? Because I would think just because a person when you send a complaint or flag to YouTube, they review it and it has to be valid. Hey, adore me. How you doing? How you doing, babe? Coupon says, do you realize, Coupon, do you realize all this ish started over a Joe Brown interview and Kwame tried everything not to beef with Tommy? You know what? Yeah, I thought I think I was still watching. I was peeking in on Kwame at the time, and I heard bits and pieces of that. Yeah, and then there was like text messages between them, and Tommy Sotomayor started showing text messages and um said something about it, spending time with his daughter because Kwame canceled an interview with him or something, and he couldn't spend time with his daughter. He was so upset. Yeah, that was crazy, right? That was crazy. And it's been going on this long. Like I was kind of surprised to see that they were still beefing about this and that it not de-escalated. It actually gotten worse. Two men. So wow, that's crazy. But but it seems like Tommy's that way. When he um when he chomps down, he goes in and he kind of holds on. He's relentless in his standpoints, in his views. Like he doesn't change up on them. And I guess Kwame's kind of, the same way. These are two men, but it's really odd. It's an odd little thing. But yeah, so I was shocked to see Tommy Sotomayor's page gone again, and I guess we'll see whether he comes back or not. It may be harder now for him to come back because a lot of people have gotten hip to YouTube now. A lot of these celebrities. Oh, excuse me, y'all. It's a lot of celebrities on here now. And like Kwame Brown isn't like the average YouTuber or person that Tommy Sotomayor has been used to going up against. So that might play a part in it as well on whether he'll be able to come back because you may be able to bounce back because for a while people were just learning, but now people are starting to get hit to how to really shut a person down, especially when you're not following the guidelines. And especially if you've like been banned before and you're using different accounts under different people's, yeah, I mean, so I mean, it could get really interesting this time. I don't think it's like going to be like before where it'd be so easy to pop back up and sustain so long before they take you down again. If he does come back, he very well may be zapped right on back down. Shell Love says, I've seen do pre- do much petty behavior by the men over here. It's becoming harder to distinguish the difference between the men and the women. Oh yes, for sure. These men are getting pettier and pettier. It's crazy. Dormy says, no, Tommy was supposed to be on the show and miscommunication. Kwame apologized and invited Tommy to come on the next show, but Tommy did what he does. Mm. And so now here we are. That's crazy. Your love says so. Oh, you're making a correction up there. Yeah, I think I thought I knew that's what you were talking about. Miss Felicia says, right, adore me. Some people don't know when to quit. The man did not want to beef. Right. So it seems like y'all are of the mindset that Kwame did not want to beef, like that he pretty much he's in it, but it's this like this is not something that he wanted. Tommy kind of pushed this beef out there. Yeah, I mean it's getting pretty bad. This new age of social media is something else. You know what I'm saying? Just like even this whole I'm gonna hold you accountable thing. Like who in the hell do people think they are that they can that we have got to a point where we feel like we got a right to hold people accountable and call people to the carpet for their lives. You know, stuff that I mean, it's one thing, of course, like promoting community, promoting accountability within our community, um, promoting strong families, promoting fatherhood and brotherhood and sisterhood, holding each other accountable to that aspect as a community as a whole. I get that, but I'm talking about individually, about just personal decisions in their lives or things that they want to do or the way or their views on things, right? But that's what social media has done. I guess if you open yourself up and put yourself out there, then that's what comes with it. So, a part of me feels like Tommy, he knows he's controversial. And so, like, if he did not want to risk losing his platform and his platform was so important to him, then he would do better at protecting it. The bottom keeps dropping with this behavior, right? Shell says, right at first, Kwame didn't want to fight with Tommy. Dorothy says, and this was months ago. Tommy went off like a scorned lover, showing texts and everything. So eventually, Kwame started matching his energy. Mm. That's a shame. That's a shame. Well, y'all, so I guess we gonna have to see if Tommy comes back or when he comes back. I mean, if we go by past history, he'll be back. But like I said, he's used to beefing with, not so popular or like, celebrity type people, so to speak. And so Kwame's on a different level in that sense, and way in like he may have stronger allies and more access to keeping Tommy off of here or keep it getting him shut down. But and I'm not even speaking about Kwame himself because Kwame says that he didn't flag his page. It could be anybody really. But let's say it was Kwame's side. I don't believe it was Kwame himself. I don't believe that he actively was talking to people about flagging the man's page. I feel like it's you got supporters and sometimes supporters that rock with you, they know what to do and they'll go ahead and do it. But I'm not saying that it was Kwame. Kwame is equivocally denying that he had anything to do with it. And then some people says it's karma. I don't know, y'all. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get up off of here. Thank y'all for stopping by with me and chatting with me real quick. I just wanted to talk about that. I seen it. I thought it was a good uh current hot topic to talk about real quick. Get my little 2 cents on, throw my little stuff out there. Since I've seen it was it was kind of fresh. And I think it's interesting. So whereas I have not been following, I think I'll peek in to both sides a little bit, at least for a couple of days. I'll probably get bored pretty soon if they go back to the same old thing. But I'll probably keep up with it for a little bit just to see where this goes, right? I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. I think they both should just stop. And I think if Tommy does happen to come back, that he just needs to be a little bit more careful on how he goes about doing things, right? But see, I don't know. Like I said, if it is true that once you get a channel taken or something like that, you're not supposed to have another one. I don't know if Kwame I mean, not Kwame, if Tommy will be able to come back to YouTube, because now, you know what I'm saying, like because you got to understand, by him beefing with Kwame, he already had a platform and was big, but he got exposed to even more people, like Kwame's whole fan base even. So now it's more people that would be able to engage. So yeah, y'all, we'll be watching it, and we'll see. Thank y'all for coming by. All right, y'all have a good day. Thank you, Miss Felicia, California girl. You have a blessed day as well. Have a blessed day, Miss Felicia. Oh, California girl is on her way to Vegas for a wedding. Well, enjoy yourself, love. Have fun for me. You gonna play some slots? You going for a wedding, but is you gonna stay for a game of gambling, honey? And if you do go to the casinos, California girl, I wish you all the luck. You're gonna win big. I'm putting that in the atmosphere now. I don't know if you do gamble, but if you do, girl, you gonna win. But you gotta know when to get up. Yep. Safe travels to California, girl, y'all. Um, Adore me. You have a good day, babe. December baby. Miss Felicia, Onyx Blue, Season of the Witch, everybody that stopped by. Thank y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Fatty Boom, Queen Lady T, Firefly, Newborn Girl. Thank all y'all. Bye.